Welcome to Side Media Sports / Hip Hop. This is my review on everything happening in sports and rap music. I'm gonna do it all in one, which everything that went on in sports and music. Because it's been a busy week in sports and hip hop this week. First off, Cam Newton has resigned with the Carolina Panthers. He's back where it all started. The team that drafted him, he's right back where he's at with Cam Newton in Carolina. I like him here with the Panthers. He has nothing to lose. Hey, I feel like it's good. Carolina gave him a chance. That's the team. Like I said, his best years were in Carolina. That's where he got everything. His MVP, all that stuff. That was all that. In Carolina. So I'm glad to see him back with the Panthers. He got a lot of talented receivers. He got Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, the running back Christian McCaffrey, and a good defense as well. I know Carolina has been doing that good recently with their defense, but they do have a good defense, a good secondary. So I'm happy to see him back in Carolina, so I'm rooting for him. Happy to see him back in Carolina. Also, as well, Deshaun Jackson has signed with the Las Vegas Raiders, the veteran wide receiver, with the tragedy that happened with the Henry Ruggs situation. Las Vegas Raiders, they need a receiver, so hey, they got Deshaun Jackson. And also, as well, they did cut Damian Arnett because everybody knows about the video that happened. Damian Arnett was spreading a troll on the internet and was showing pistols and guns and everything. I don't want to go too deep with Las Vegas Raiders, that situation. I just feel like they might as well fire Mike Mayock and the GM and just rebuild that management. Not rebuild the team, because they do have a good team, but rebuild everything else in Las Vegas. Because, like I said, people thought Derek Carr was the issue, but everybody's saying it's not Derek Carr. I mean, last year's draft class might be considered like the worst draft class the Raiders have ever drafted, pretty much. Henry Ruggs had that situation happen with him. Then Damian Arnett. Brian Edwards hasn't really played or done anything. I had him on my fantasy team for like 1 week, then I dropped him because he didn't do nothing. He shows potential, but he hasn't really done anything. Offensive line is not even in rotation. And even before Damian Arnett had a situation, he wasn't really in rotation as a cornerback. So, I feel like, Raiders, they hired a guy like Mike Mayock, a guy who just came from TV. Stephen A. Smith, he made a joke saying, maybe I should get hired as a GM at a basketball operation or something like that. If you could just hire just for being, on TV show talking about draft picks and everything like that. So, but the Raiders, I don't know. I mean, they're still in the playoff picture. They're still in the thick of things, but I just feel like maybe it's time for them, to move on, of course, from Mike Mayock, everything that related with John Gruden in this situation. Because also, John Gruden having to leave because of the racist comments and misogynistic comments he made and everything. So, But like I said, Deshaun Jackson, I feel like he's still, a guy, a lot of speed guys don't last a long time in this league. A lot of speed guys don't last very long in this league. So to see a guy like him still getting a shot, still getting a job, I know things didn't work out with the Rams. I'm going to talk about the Rams soon. You already know what I'm going to talk about when I talk about the Rams. So it's coming. I'm going to talk about the Rams too. But, things didn't work out with the Rams. Van Jefferson became that good third receiver, so he became more part of the rotation. So, But when I talk about next, you'll see how Van Jefferson might be not in rotation like that as well either. But like I said, it's a good look for him, Deshaun Jackson with Las Vegas Raiders. Like to see him in the silver and black, Rest in peace to Al Davis, though. He always said, just win, baby, win. And that leads to when I'm going to talk about the L.A. Rams side, Odell Beckham Jr., the big splash. The Rams are really on what Al Davis is talking about. The late, great Al Davis used to say, just win, baby, win. That's what the Rams on. Sean McVay, the GM, they're on it. They signed Von Miller this year, and they traded for Von Miller, traded for Odell Beckham, traded for Matthew Stafford, for Jared Goff in the offseason. They're really on this just win, baby, win. And also last year, they traded for Jalen Ramsey. The Rams really have no cap space. They don't have any draft picks. Their next draft pick, somebody joked about, is probably in 8th grade right now. So they're really on this. This is do or die. This is win Super Bowl or bust season for them. It's straight up. They have too much talent and all that to not make this Super Bowl and win it. They are really the most talented team in football. The only team that comes close to me talent-wise, I consider maybe the Buccaneers, maybe the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? So they just lost because I felt that was just a hiccup game with them and the Broncos. I hope they lose against my Falcons. I got to root for the home team, the Falcons. But the Cowboys are the only thing close, and the Buccaneers are close to a talented team right now in the whole league as the Rams. I don't think nobody in the AFC can compete with the Rams right now. Because the AFC, you don't really know. It's like up and down. You can't say who's this and who that in the AFC. But NFC, the cream of the crop. And the only team that compete with the Rams right now, I feel like really are the Buccaneers, for sure, the Buccaneers. So this team is just too talented on the board. You got Odell Beckham on one side, Cooper Kupp on the other, who people don't talk about enough how much of a good receiver, breakout a good receiver he is. Especially now you got Matthew Stafford. Got Robert Woods on the other hand. Then I said he got Van Jefferson. That's why I said he might not be in rotation like that with Odell Beckham. He might be the fourth receiver now. So, wow. So the Rams really on it. Just win, baby, win. Sean McVay is on that right now. But I feel like with Matthew Stafford, this is the most talented team he's ever been on. Ever. Like I said, he had Calvin Johnson in Detroit, and the Calvin Johnson is like two receivers in one. But you're talking about three good quality receivers right now. Matthew Stafford has. So he's like he never had a talent like that. He even got a good running back in Darrell Henderson. The closest thing he had a good running back, I think, in Detroit was when he had probably Reggie Bush, I would say, for the most part. Probably Reggie Bush. Closest thing he had to a good running back. So wow, it's just like, man, I'm rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for Matthew Stafford. He went to UGA as well, so another Georgia. He's not from Georgia, but he went to UGA, so I'm rooting for another Georgia guy I'm rooting for as well. And Odell Beckham, I feel like his character and all that. People say, oh, he's this, that, and the third. He's a problem and everything in the locker room and all that and everything. I want to see, I like to see guys like him and Antonio Brown win that championship. Guys that everybody claims are bad characters, but they're just passionate about playing. Their passion. Their passion just drives people the wrong way because that's how much they want to win. The same thing happened with T.O. That's the only thing I miss about T.O. The T.O. or Randy Moss never got a chance to win championships because that's pretty much how passionate they were about certain kind of things. So, like I said, I want Odell to be one of them guys like AB to win a championship ring because that would definitely solidify his great comeback and definitely would show that he's still a quality receiver in this league. I just feel like Cleveland's system did not work for him. That's a run-first system. Cleveland Browns thing is to play defense and run the football. That's their thing. So he just didn't fit in with that, Jarvis Landry, Finn Peoples Jones, and the tight end. I've got the tight end they got. All those guys kind of more so fit into like that, rotation of that what they were trying to do. The Browns aren't a 4 receiver set kind of team. So Odell Beckham he just didn't fit in with that. Him and Baker Mayfield never just could click on the page, click on the field. Same way. They were good friends off the field and all, but on the field they just couldn't click, and that just happens sometimes. So, but Odell Beckham's in a perfect situation, like I said. He belongs in bright lights, like that one hand catch he had against Dallas that showed he had arrived. So So I feel like he's right where he belongs in LA. So I'm definitely excited for this, man. OBJ with the LA Rams. Boy, I can't wait. I got Matthew Stafford on my fantasy team, but I don't know if I'm gonna win because I'm 3-6 right now. But hey, I'm starting Matthew Stafford. I had to put Mahomes on the bench. Somebody said I should have traded Mahomes and got better receivers because I had a lot of injuries on receivers and running backs as well. So it's like I said, I ain't expect Mahomes out of a bad year like I did. I just throw it out there. Matthew Stafford is on my fantasy team, one of my leagues, so I'm just riding with him all the way, man. He got all these receivers. I got to just ride with boy Matthew Stafford, man. Like I said, I want him to win, man. This is the most talented team he's ever been on. It's his only shot I feel like he has to win to get a championship is this year. I feel like with this team he got, everything's in play for him. He has no excuse or anything like that. It's really his time to like do his thing. So I'm happy, what I'm saying. So I'm definitely rooting for Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams. I'm definitely rooting for them. Like both LA teams. In basketball, I'm rooting for the LA Lakers to win the championship because they got my boy Russell Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony, two guys I've been a fan of, and people have critiqued them about their games, saying they can't win the championship. They're not players that are championship material. So I still feel the same thing with LA Rams, and they got my boy OBJ. They said, "God, that's a distraction, a diva. He can't win. You can't win with him." So I want him to show that, OBJ to show that, and Matthew Stafford to show that he is a good quarterback. That just he was with a bad organization in Detroit all those years. That's why. But he's definitely a quality quarterback and definitely is Hall of Fame worthy. So So another thing too, they have the baby dropped I think a 6-song EP. A 6-song EP it was, had a couple good songs in there. Songs with 21 Savage. That song with 21 Savage, Kodak Black was on there. I know a good. I like to see the baby doing well now after that whole situation, that whole fiasco with the gay, with the gay comment, all that he made and everything. I'm glad to see, he's coming back now. And he's putting out some music and everything, and it seems like all that's off of him now. So I hope he gets back to doing his music, doing his thing. Because I like the baby as artist. He's definitely a good artist. I'm not a big fan of his music like that, but I do like him as artist. I want to see him succeed. Also, as well, Rick Ross dropped a song called Outlaws with Jasmine Sullivan and 21 Savage. 21 Savage is on fire right now. 21 Savage is on a lot of songs. Like, he was on Drake's album. People forget that. And he did, like I said, he was on the Baby's EP. And now he's on the song with Rick Ross and Jasmine Sullivan. Like, wow. And has a good verse on it, too. But Ross, like I said, man, you can say what you want about Rick Ross, whatever. The man comes out with good music. The man got great music. He's definitely, like, a legend. Definitely growing up to become a legend in this game. What he does as a hustler, how he done put people on. Everything. Like, he is a true boss. Definition of what a boss is. Definition of a hustler. And like I said, his music is incredible. Like that's the song he has with Jasmine Sullivan, Outlaws. Y'all should definitely check it out. It's definitely a very good song. So y'all should check it. Y'all should check it out for sure, for sure. But this is my update on everything Slime Media Sports / hip hop. I just want to put something out because I ain't put anything out in a minute. I was thinking about doing a review on Key Glock's tape tomorrow. I don't know yet if I will, and I haven't listened to it yet, so I'll see if I like enough to do a review on it. But everything else, I probably, unless anything big happens in basketball or anything like that, that's the only thing I probably will talk. Only time I come on is to talk about it. Or I think Rick Ross says the album comes out next month in December, so I'll do a review on that. That's not gonna be my next video, I don't know what my next video is gonna be about. Just anything big happens in music and sports. That's the only thing I keep updating and talk about on. But like I said, man, this is Slime Media Sports / hip hop. Hit that subscribe button if you like the content. I'm still coming, and also type in Slime Media, type in to where I do my updates on movies, TV shows, and superheroes. So check me out for that as well. But this is Slime Media Sports / hip hop. I'm out. Y'all have a good day.